Hey everybody, what's up? How's it going? It's me again today. Excuse me. Oh, wow, that's hot. Put that right there. Um, Today, I've got 10 reviews for you. Yeah, 10 reviews in a row, and it's not on like 10. Well, it's on 10 different films, but it all comes in one set. It's the horror movie classics box set, the tin, and I'm gonna show you the inside. It's a pretty cool tin. Yeah, it comes out during Halloween time, but I'd like to warn you, if you already have this, there's another thing out called Fright Fest. It's the exact same thing, except it's more expensive. It's like 21 bucks. I got this for 20 bucks, which is not that much of a difference, but still. Anyways, this is the inside. It looks the same. It has all the it actually says Fright Fest because I'm guessing Fright Fest has something to do with it. It doesn't say the movie titles on here. It just has like these pretty cool pictures of like trees or whatever, or lightning, really weird looking lightning bolts. Anyways, it's a pretty cool set to have, but you will eventually like buy all these DVDs separately sooner or later. Like I own the following Last Man on Earth, Night of the Living Dead, and Nosferatu. Those are the three that I own individually. I'm still gonna get a couple of these, I think. I'm gonna go in the order that they're supposed to be played in. First one, Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, is said to be one of the first horror films ever made, with its odd visuals and creepy atmosphere. It really gives like this good sense to it, and since it's quiet the whole time, there's no dialogue, it adds that like chilling feel to it, and you're like on your edge the whole time. Now, silent horror films are for hardcore horror fans only, like people who like that old stuff. So if you're into like newer gore fest type of horror, I don't recommend this. And it has like, it's told from a point of view of an insane asylum, Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. So no one's really sure if they should believe him or not. At the end, they pretty much don't believe him. It was loosely remade in the later, I don't know when it was. It's called the Cabinet of Caligari. It was, I never saw it, but I heard it was like a loose remake, but not really a remake of the film. And the next film is Nosferatu, which is the second closest adaptation of Dracula. The first close adaptation was Count Dracula, was his TV miniseries. This was like, I think it is the first vampire movie. I'm not entirely sure, so don't like everyone. Like I know everyone loves to do this. They like to jump at people at any chance they can for making a simple mistake, for not knowing something. It came out in 1922. Nosferatu is actually unofficial adaptation of Dracula. He's the best. He's one of the best Draculas. He looks the creepiest. He has like this sense to him where he just like his eyes are always wide, and just like when he looks at you, you're just like, oh no, he's gonna get him. Oh man, he did it. Like he has like this claw thing, and he goes. It's another silent film. It's highly recommended for those who like those old school horror films. If you don't like it, then if you're not into that stuff, I don't recommend it too much. The next is The Terror. Now this is one of the earliest films that star Jack Nicholson, and he actually does a pretty good job. Jack Nicholson used to do a lot of horror films. Then he started doing like more humorous roles. Like he was best known in The Joker, and I think people knew him from Anger Management, and most recently, I'm not sure if this is his most recent film, but he was in The Bucket List, which is pretty funny. It also stars Boris Karloff. Now Jack Nicholson is this soldier who goes into this castle, and he finds this one girl. He finds this one guy who wants to be brought back with his wife. It's been a while since I've seen this one, so I can't really put it in detail. but it was in color, so you may like that. There's also another movie that's titled The Terror, so don't get them confused. Um, and he's like trying to find all these clues, trying to find the pieces of the puzzle, pretty much. And he then uh, finds out what's going on. He finds out who the king of the castle really is. Um, and then he finds out at the very end of the film that the girl that he's been trying to protect is actually dead the whole time because her face starts to melt, which may have been the first scene of like complete like bloodshed in a film, which I'm not entirely sure about either, but it was pretty creepy to see, especially for its time. And next is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, whatever. This is the first adaptation, or is either the first or second adaptation of the novel Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and it was also a silent film. It's pretty much about this one guy who does this experiment that causes him to go through, who changes his personality. He goes from this normal guy, Dr. Jekyll, and then he like mutates into this one dude, Mr. Hyde, and he's pretty much an animal once he's Mr. Hyde. So he's trying to like find a way to better it, like, but he figures out that he can't, and his someone shoot, and then this one guy shoots him and kills him at the end. As you can probably tell, these videos this isn't really in too much detail. I'm trying to get in 10 minutes. I probably won't. Dementia 13 is the fifth film. I consider it one of the very first slasher films. It was because there's like a sort of body count, even though there's only like 2 or 3 people that die. But it also has a pretty good gore, and it was also in black and white. And this was before night. Hold on, I'm actually not too sure of that. What's really good about this is that it provides information for each movie, but it doesn't give you dates. I think this came out before. Yeah, it came out before Night of the Living Dead. It had some probably some shocking gore effects for the time. Like you see a head decapitation, and you see this one girl get stabbed in the water, and that was probably one of the first decapitations ever in cinema. But I'm not entirely sure about that either. So all you people who want to jump at anyone for any chance, I'm at least admitting that I don't entirely know for sure. Nightmare Castle, I never finished that one, so I can't. I'll do that review later. Sorry. Last Man on Earth. Now, this is the very first and surprisingly closest adaptation to the novel I Am Legend, which most people know as through the newest movie starring Will Smith that's actually titled I Am Legend. It's about this one guy who becomes the last man on Earth due to this one chemical warfare that started, and it starts to like, and it turns people into vampires. Once they die, they come back as vampires. Once they instead, like, unlike in the newest movie I Am Legend, the vampires actually know where he lives, and they like torment him every night. Like they bang on his door saying, "Morgan, come out." I did that a little too well, I think. You know, in the novel his name's Robert Neville, and he's just trying to survive. He's trying to find anyone, if there's anyone still alive. Like, it's pretty creepy to just watch it like that. As he, you just pretty much are just seeing how much he's struggling through. He meets a dog, but he has to kill the dog because of it's also infected, but he can't find a cure for it. In the novel, he finds the dog, and the dog dies in his arms. And then he finds this woman, and then he figures out that she's actually trying to kill him because he accidentally killed a certain group of people who are partially infected but are not totally. And so those people come out and they attack him, and so he takes refuge in this one church, but they kill him at the very end. So there's pretty much no hope for humanity at that point. And that was probably in I Am Legend, the novel, that was probably a very shocking ending because he was the last hope for humanity, and that was pretty much the apocalyptic thing. Anyways, I'm almost 10 minutes. I'll be back. See ya.